Good evening, boys and girls. Welcome to Candy's Cozy Couch. My name is Candace, and my nickname is Candy. That's how I came up with that really hot name. I don't know why I described it as hot. I just felt like hot should be a description because I've never used hot as an adjective to describe the name before. Anyway, these new guys here, you see them? They're hanging out. They still got their tags on them and everything. I'm going to love them for just a little while longer, but they're going to be rehomed very soon. But anyway, I hope you guys are getting ready for bed and you're doing your checklist and making sure you get everything you need to get done. All right? That's important. Make sure you do that, okay? So we got to do that. So you got your bed ready. You got your cuddle buddies. You're in your favorite PJs. You've had a bath or a shower. Yeah, hair brushed, comb, wrapped up, tied up, nose, nostrils clean, teeth brushed, ears clean, everything, face washed, just whatever you can think of, clothes picked out for tomorrow so you don't have to do it in the morning, all that good stuff. Bedroom clean, better be. Bed is decluttered, better be, because I need you to have room to move around and be comfortable and sleep. So anyway, you did your checklist duties. I know that homework better be done. Don't you forget, finish that homework now. Turn those night lights on where you can see where you're going, I'm mixing it up at this point. Give those I love yous, hugs, smooches, and kisses to your family members and your pets, of course, because they're family too. Show them that you love them before you go to bed. And then, of course, the prayers. Please say your prayers. And I have a story for you. And, of course, it is March Reading Month. It is Literacy Month. And Dr. Suess's birthday was on the second day of the month. And we're still celebrating. Why not? Because this book is I Can Read It All by Myself beginner's book, of course, by Dr. Seuss. It's a cat in a hat book. And to think that I saw it on Mulberry Street. All right, I'm going to read it right quick because this one I've got to return tomorrow. Ran across it today. Just going to show you the inside cover. It looks pretty cool. Okay. And to think that I saw it on Mulberry Street. Are you ready? If you heard of this story before, you already know. When I leave home to walk to school, Dad always says to me, Marco, keep your eyelids up and see what you can see. But when I tell him where I've been and what I think I've seen, he looks at me and sternly says, your eyesight's much too keen. Stop telling such outlandish tales. Stop turning minnows into whales. Now, what can I say when I get home today? All right, here we go. All the long way to school and all the way back, I've looked and I've kept careful track, but all that I've noticed except my own feet was a horse and a wagon on Mulberry Street. That's it, that's all you get. That's nothing to tell of. That won't do, of course. Just a broken down wagon that's drawn by a horse. That can't be my story. That's only a start. I'll say that a zebra was pulling the cart. And that is a story that no one can beat when I say that I saw it on Mulberry Street. I show you the words to make sure you know I read what I read. And it said what it said. Yes, the zebra is fine, but I think it's a shame. Such a marvelous beast with a cart that's so lame. The story would really be better to hear if the driver I saw were a charioteer. A gold and blue chariot, something to meet, rumbling like thunder down Mulberry Street. You see it, you see it. It's getting good. No, it won't do at all. A zebra's too small. A reindeer is better. He's fast and he's fleet. And he looked mighty smart on old Mulberry Street. You see it, you see it. Hold on a minute. There's something wrong. A reindeer hates the way it feels to pull a thing that runs on wheels. He'd be much happier instead if he could pull a fancy sled. Okay. Well, pull a fancy sled then. Pull it. Pull a fancy sled. A reindeer and sleigh. Say, anyone could think of that. Jack or Fred or Joe or Nat. Say, even Jane could think of that. But it isn't too late to make one little change. A sleigh and an elephant. There's something strange. I'll pick one with plenty of power and size. A blue one with plenty of fun in his eyes. And then, just to give him a little more tone, have a Raja with rubies perched high on a throne. Say, that makes a story that no one can beat when I say that I saw it on Mulberry Street. Mulberry Street. But now I don't know. It still doesn't seem right. An elephant pulling a thing that's so light would whip it around in the air like a kite. But he looks simply grand with a great big brass band. A band that's so good should have someone to hear it, but it's going so fast that it's hard to keep near it. I'll put on a trailer. I know they won't mind if a man sits in and listens while hitched on behind. But now, is it fair? Is it fair what I've done? I'll bet those wagons weigh more than a ton. That's really too heavy, a load for one beast. I'll give him some helpers. He needs two at least. Good idea. It's a lot going on. I know I would have wanted some help. But now what worries me is this. Mulberry Street runs into bliss. Unless there's something I can fix it up, there'll be an awful traffic mix-up. Uh-oh. You see it when the streets come together. Oh, Lord. It takes police to do the trick, to guide them through their traffic's thick. It takes police to do the trick. They'll never crash now. They'll race at top speed with Sergeant Mulvaney himself in the lead. Okay. All right. The mayor is there and he thinks it is grand and he raises his hat as they dash by the stand. The mayor is there and the aldermen too, all waving big banners of red, white, and blue. And that is a story that no one can beat when I say that I saw it on Mulberry Street. Now, this is he making up a story for real. He telling fibs. He ain't seen none of this. With a roar of its motor, an airplane appears and dumps out confetti while everyone cheers. And that makes a story that's really not bad. But it still could be better. Suppose that I add. Wonder what he's going to add. Look at that. What is he going to add to that? A Chinese boy who eats with sticks. A big magician doing tricks. A 10-foot beard that needs a comb. No time for more. I'm almost home. Right, because you're making up way too much stuff, kiddo. I don't know. Is you even going to remember all of that? I swung around the corner and dashed through the gate. I ran up the steps and I felt simply great, for I had a story that no one could beat. And to think that I saw it on Mulberry Street. But Dad said quite calmly, just draw up your stool and tell me the sights on the way home from school. There was so much to tell, I just couldn't begin. Dad looked at me sharply and pulled at his chin. He frowned at me sternly. From there in his seat, was there nothing to look at? No people to greet? Did nothing excite you or make your heart beat? Dad has correct questions. Dad has questions. Nothing, I said, growing red as a beet, but a plain horse and wagon on Mulberry Street. Yeah, because he knew he couldn't tell all of that story. All that stuff he made up. Now, wait a minute. He knew. Because Dad wasn't having it. You better tell him the truth. And that is the end, boys and girls. Moral of the story, be aware of your surroundings. Be mindful in your situation. Know your place, know your space. See what you can see, but don't be making up stuff and telling fibs about it. Because that got a little carried away. Could you imagine him actually trying to tell his father the story that he made up? And his dad would have just nodded his head. He was like, now you know doggone well you didn't see all that on Mulberry Street. I've been living on Mulberry Street for 40 years. Ain't never seen nothing like that. And all of a sudden you come home today and that's what you saw? Nobody else saw it. I called the neighbors and everything. So the moral of the story, boys and girls, tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, because the truth is what the truth is. The truth. Yeah. And that's exactly what he ended up saying. But it was a fun story. Yeah. Yeah. And you certainly could like dream about it tonight. You could dream you're walking down your street, whatever your street's name is, and you should know your street's name and your house address and the city that you live in and this country that you live in, all that good stuff. That's important information. But you could dream that awesome, exciting, random things are happening on your street. And you get to tell your parents and your siblings and teachers and classmates about it. But you got to dream it first. So get in bed, comfy, cozy, not trying to be nosy, safe and sound, right where you need to be found, tucked in tight, ready for a good night. Yes, indeed. All the way under the covers after you give your hugs and kisses to your daddies and mothers, okay? And sisters and brothers, all right, while we're rhyming. Declutter, too. Get your cuddle buddies. Oh, he's got this frog is like, ribbit. He ready to get out of here. I'm sorry. Did I hug you too tight? Got these cuddle buddies. I ain't going to keep them. I'm giving them to my nephew and my niece. All right. Are you ready to go to bed? Good. Everything's done. Checklist. Good. Did you say your prayers? I hope you did. Well, close your eyes. Whisper to yourself what you would like to dream about. Anything will do. Not necessarily what I suggested, but it's a start. Allow yourself to drift off to sleep. That's right. Relax those bodies. And go ahead and dream your special dream. Tell me about it tomorrow. I'll see you next time, boys and girls. Have a good night. Bye-bye.